You're about to see some footage that I've recorded from 3 separate cameras, which may be off-putting, but this was just me trying to test out my new cameras. I chose what I thought were the best clips from the day, and hopefully now I have a better understanding of how to use my cameras for the future.
Surreal seeing you here at this environment. Hey, Mr. Music, yeah. Sorry, fencing. Yeah. Sorry, fencing. Sorry.
Definitely go fast and be very, very slow. Because it's safety. And that's a big train to pull on a turntable.
My own first encounter with this wonderful engine was at the Forest of Dean 5 years ago. And I just like to say confidence that is here today thanks in no small part to the determination and perseverance of Phil Morrell, who is existing today.
Thank you, guys. My name is David Mark. I am young and youthful and sprightly. I'm certainly not old enough to be involved in the purchase of locomotives. That's my father, so I am
This noble ambition was then largely forgotten about until the letter was published later on in the year. Donations started to arise, so more concrete action had to be taken, as they say. So, succeeding 2 years, saw more money donated and funds raised, albeit very slowly. The railway preservation, now heritage movement in the UK, was at that time in its infancy, with the standard gauge Bluebell Railway in Suffolk and several narrow gauge lines in Wales being a few successful examples of a myriad of proposed schemes. The name of the organisation changed subtly over this time from the initial 48XX Preservation Society, which is a very focused title, to the Great Western Preservation Society, which is the complete opposite, and which stated amongst its aims, I believe, restoration and purchase of the main line from Paddington, and gradually moved across to the Sigma Great Western Society, which is what exists now. Amongst these were 1470, 25 and 71, all of which went to scrap before action could be taken, plus 1442. Eventually, 2 locos became prime contenders, 1466 here, and 1450, which is also on the site today. And it was anticipated that they would become available at the right time. Both have benefited from recent heavy overhauls and were in good mechanical condition. Now that was important because at the time there was no thought of any of these locos having further overhauls later in their life. It was run them for as long as you can and then put them in a museum. So the best thing you could buy at the time, the longer usage you would get. And Mr. A. Christensen, the ex-loco superintendent, plus Harry Sanderson, the BR mechanical inspector for the Plymouth division, joined him for the official handover in front of various newspaper and TV reporters. We therefore have the Western Morning newspaper to thank for the only photograph of the actual handover, which has been reproduced in the pamphlet you might have seen today. The original schoolboys were able to see the loco shortly afterwards, but only after one of their number had been dispatched into Potter's viable flagship to light the fire. Before the end of the year, 1466 had been joined by another locomotive, 1363, which is in the works. I love the fact that my memory for 1466, people like Div and Frank, extends for very nearly my entire lifetime, and it's wonderful today to witness 1466 starting a fresh journey of her own.
Hello there, my name's Frank Bumbleton. I was one of the very early members of the society, and the original 4 were friends of mine, but I wasn't one of the original 4. I had the misfortune to be at boarding school in Surrey, and I only went train spotting in Southall during vacations. If you look at the back of your programme, you'll see a photograph of 4 smelly Herberts on the footbridge at Southall. Angus is the one crouching down behind the camera. Graham Perry is on the left. John Barr is on the right, although he claims he never smoked and he never wore a beret. And back behind them, it's not Mike Beard, but it looks a bit like it could have been Mike Beard. An email earlier this week and said, do you have any ideas? And he said they liked the 1400s because they were adorable. Now, do you think this engine's adorable? Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody doesn't think she's adorable? No. So the eyes have it. I said I could go along as well. Angus and I cycled over to John's house in Hounslow, and we drafted a letter that said it was our first tentative attempt, and we detailed John off to write the letters on his typewriter, and then we didn't have much else to do that evening, and John's father luckily was on holiday, and he had a hi-fi which was quite rare in 1961, and there was a record that took Angus's fancy that was Big Noise from Winnetka by Andy Nelson. And the reason we were able to get away with stealing the Great Western brand, which is the most potent brand in railway history, was that there was a certain Stanley Raymond, who was the general manager of the Western region at the time. Now, he had been appointed, and it was said he started a reign of terror to destroy the traditional practices of the Great Western Railway. So while they were intent on destroying the Great Western, we stole their brand and ran with it, and that was the basis of our future success. And he said, funny, I've always scrapped all those. So David Patterson decided it would be better for us to move somewhere less visible from the main line, like Didcot engine shed. So that was how we got here. So we arrived here at the end of 1967 on an epic journey from Devon behind 1466 and Burton Agnes Hall, which is in the engine shed today. So that's how it all started.
The latest overhaul has been quite far the most expensive since BR. The boiler itself has received 2 new boiler barrels. Its actual firebox inside has received 2/3 of a new copper firebox. And whilst all that's gone on, we've also had the whole of the chassis had basically a nearly new rebuild. So it's from the ground up been an absolute masterpiece of work and heritage engineering. It's fair to say that 1466 will now be with us for many years to come. In fact, it will probably mostly outlive us all, really, including myself and probably quite a few others. It may have been a long road, but overall it's been very much worth it. And for all who's been involved with it, you should be very proud of what you've achieved.
Is it Dutch on BBC with the bloke off the back show?
can't do what we do here at Didcot without you guys, our public. The friends and family of the 4 founders are here today. Some of them have travelled quite a great distance to be with us, so I just want to say thank you to everybody who's come and who supports us over the years. I always get emotional when I do these things, but it's really great to see so many people out and about. So thank you for coming to see the launch of 1466. It's going to do its little drive through the inaugural banner to formally welcome it back into traffic. It will sit on the timetable for approximately an hour, and then it will go on our main demonstration line where it will run auto working for the rest of the day. So thank you very much everybody for coming, and we hope to see you again soon.
Oh, he does, he's keeping the nameplate. Are they? Yeah.
Because that plate's mine and that one's not.
Oh,
And
so
the reason you put that one on, that refers to when this engine was allocated to Oxford,
right,
and that's the shed code for Oxford,
right.
81F. So that's correct shed plate for the livery that the engine's painted in. Whereas it's not correct for that one.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's why Laura's done it. Because I actually
in. In, Lee. Stop it. Good.